Once the honey's been extracted from the frames, there's still trace honey left behind, and it's various things you can do. And what I've done with this super is just leave it out at the end of the garden. It's not near the hives at all, and as you can see, there's quite a few bees in there helping themselves. One of the frames in another super broke. As you can see here, the lug is broken off, so I've just propped this up, and as you can see again, there's a lot of bees in there helping themselves to the honey. The honey here, you might be able to see, is crystallised, but they'll chew that up and help themselves. So I'll leave this here for a couple of days, and they will clean it up for me, ready for next year. One of the disadvantages of this is that it's not only bees who like the honey, it's wasps. And if I move this over, I would imagine, yeah, you can probably see there a large number of wasps. And we don't like wasps, because I certainly don't. So I may have a word with one or two of them in a minute and suggest that they go away, or else. So this will be left here for a couple of days, and then the and then I can store this away for the winter. For what it's worth, this is proof that honeybees away from the hive are not aggressive in any way. I don't have gloves on, I don't have a suit on, I'm just standing here, shorts and flip-flops, and the bees are completely happy, ignoring me, absolutely, although there is one on my jumper, and they're perfectly fine. They're not going to worry too much. If I lift this up, they might go peace. Oh, right. This one you can see I've made a right mess of this. They've cleared that out completely. Few wasps there. Up. And you can see there's lots of honey there for them. And a few wasps. So there you go. That's the bees claiming back the honey that they made in the first place. And it's not just the bees who like the honey, nor is it just the wasps who like the honey, but we have a couple of bumblebees who like the honey as well. And she's wandering around, having a great time. Her mate is around somewhere. I don't know where she's gone. There's all sorts of weird things on here. There is, if you keep still, a very green thing along the top there. No idea what that is. We'll just turn it, and there's her mate. There she is. Whoops, there she is. Tucking in with the rest of them, having a good time. And there's the green fly again. Somewhere there it is there at the top. Whoops. And not only are they enjoying themselves, but they're actually eating their way through. I'll just find one of these things. There we are. There we go. A very fine hole that wasn't there, and they've eaten their way through it completely. So, good time's been had by all. And we'll see how they get on in the next couple of days. The frames have been left out here about a week now, and just looking at this one, you can see perhaps that there's nothing on there. This was the one that had the broken lug on it, that was full of granulated honey, and there's nothing there at all. In fact, the bees have lost interest in this almost completely now, and the only things helping themselves are wasps, of which there are a few, as you can see. There they are. And very few bees around. What they have done though is they've pretty much destroyed some of the frames. great big holes in that one. That one as well. That one. That one might be usable. So they've taken the honey back, which is fine. They've destroyed a few frames, which is fine. And now I'll put this away with the others, ready for next year. In the blog, I said about how you can put the supers, once they've been used, above the crown board, and the bees now considered to be something completely external to the hive, even though they may have been in there sort of 10 minutes before putting honey in, and any honey that's in there they'll take out and put where they need it. Oops, this hive is quite a good example of that, and also quite a neat example of my stupidity. So normally a crown board, just picking it up, looks like that, and if you look at it side on, you can see it's quite a narrow thing, and if you look at the sides here, you can see there's just a little bit of gap. It creates just a little bit of gap for the bees to wander around in. Now, I bought some hives from somebody a little while ago and got round to using it the first time, and their crown board looks like this, which looks much the same, except when you look at it sideways on, you can see it's much deeper, and the gap here is quite narrow, but on this side it creates quite a big gap, and there are reasons for that. However, being stupid, I managed to put the crown board on that way, and that created quite a bit of gap above where the supers used to be. And if bees are given space, they will fill it up with comb, which is what they did. And so when I took this off, having it this way round, when I opened it up, this side of it was covered in comb and honey. So what I did was to basically turn it over and put it on top of the beehive. So now the bees consider all of this area to be something completely external. And whereas all these little rows of comb were absolutely stuffed full of honey, they now consider this area to be outside the hive. You can see them in a little hole in there. So they've been coming up and thinking, oh, I didn't know that honey was here, and they've taken it all off and taken it down into the hive. So from being absolutely full of honey, it's now been completely cleaned up. And as I think it said in the blog, wet frames become dry frames, and if you can hear how dry this is, there's not a drop of honey in it anywhere, and what they've done is they've taken it and put it in the supers, of which there are 2. And so I'm just about to take the honey off. This is the last hive I'm doing, and I might just put a brief note at the end of the blog about how the honey has gone this year. I'll give you a clue, it's been rubbish. Anyway, that's it for now.